What's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. If you're not, subscribe. And if you're not, all the things like subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video and something else. I just can't remember. Okay, so, we'll sit down and talk. It's not a Q&A. It's just like, there are actually a few people in my mind, like either if it's on Instagram, if it's Facebook, if it's YouTube, like I have this feeling there will be questions, where have I been, stuff like that. And I don't really want to share all of it. If I share all of it, I share all of it. If I don't, I don't. But I will say some people came to the house. And then took me. And I went to the hospital. I'm not going to say where, what city. But at one of the hospitals. And then I got the help that I needed. So so this hospital has different areas. So there's a mental health apartment thing. And then it's not an apartment, it's just it's on the sixth floor. Maybe. There's different floors in the hospital anyway. And so I went there for a couple weeks or so to get the help that I needed with doctors and nurses and staff there. And then, cause I was having certain stuff going on and just things like that. And so then And so then I had to do some classes there, and we did arts and crafts every single day after lunch. So yeah, so we got up, if we needed a shower, we showered, or we got ready, stuff like that, and waited for breakfast. It was around 8 o'clock or so. Usually breakfast will come around at 8. Some people will wake up at 5:30. Between 5:30 and 8 o'clock when breakfast comes. And then, so that's that. And the other part is, so that's the breakfast and get ready, stuff like that. And take your pills in the mornings, depends on what time, too. And every morning they take your vitals, so temperature, your muscle here. They cuff you, one of those cuffs that the nurses or doctors put on your arm. Yeah, that. And, so that's that. So that's that. And then, hold on. And then after that, then we decided to, what was it? Oh yeah, and then at like 9:15, I think it was, maybe, we had class. So after breakfast, if we didn't have showers yet or whatever, we would take showers, get ready, things like that. And then read our Bible books if we wanted to, that, whatever, or scriptures or something. So I did that for a little bit. And then, I try to do that every single morning with scriptures in my Bible book. I end up doing the little prayer thing that's in the Bible book. What else? Oh, and journaling it, like every morning. I try to journal, like, throughout the day. Like, I start in the morning, or I try to start in the morning, and then throughout the day, and then throughout the night, if I have to, then I can. So I journaled a lot, and I walked a lot. So, on my free time, though, I worked in my workbook that they gave me. What else? Oh yeah. And then after class at 9:15 to like a certain time, and then we will have free time, and then after free time, then we'll have a small class. I don't know who. I'm not gonna say names because I don't know names very well, because there was people in and out, and just different things like that. Get a piece of hair or something. So for me, well, with the whole thing, I guess, is, so you get up, get ready, or you sleep in, eat breakfast, and then get ready. So either way, you're gonna get ready or not. And then you have class at 9:15. Then you have break. Then you have 11 o'clock class. Just a short class. Like, there a lot of times there's not that many at 11 o'clock because it's a short time. And then at 12, you got break, lunch, arts and crafts. Well, you got a little break in there before arts and crafts starts. And then arts and crafts starts at 1. Lunch is at 12 or 12:30. And then lunch is not lunch. Arts and crafts is at 1 till like 2:15, something like that. And then break, and then another class at 3, break, 4:45 check-in, and then break, and then our last class is at 8:15. Well, we get dinner in there somewhere too. So like 5:30 is dinner, or 6, I think. Somewhere's in there. And then you have something in there. And you don't have to go to all the classes if you don't want to. Like, I didn't go to all of them. I went to most of them. Yeah, so like I went to most of them, but not all of them. And so I did that. And then, and then meditation was, we did meditation. And just certain things like that. And I want to talk about, like, what I've learned, what my experiences were and stuff like that at the hospital. Well, I can tell you what my experiences and stuff like that right now. But, like, with the book and stuff and the schedules and more to add on, then I can tell you guys later on, in a different video or something. And so there was a lot to do. You can watch TV on free time, you can play the Wii, you can watch movies, you can, there's a sensory room, you can do laundry if you have laundry. Like, there's a lot to do in the hospital. There's games. You can have visitors to 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And then, just certain times like that. And then a lot of people are out, like, sleeping by 10 o'clock at night, because we had to wake up so early in the morning. Well, some of us do. Some of us sleep in. So that's that. And then, yeah. My experiences were, at first, I was shy, I was scared, I was nervous, I was whatever. Because it was a new place, and, just certain things like that. But once I got to know some of the staff, some of the, social workers, and some of the nurses and doctors, then I would, like, be out more of my room and get more comfortable with stuff. And then what else? But when I left, I cried because it was emotional. because how I got to talk to nurses at night about what's going on, what's happening, and just different things like that. And then I listened to what they have to say when I was talking to them about different things. And it was hard because I don't do very well with a lot of people, and I think I did okay. In the hallways, one day I walked 10 miles, and I'm like, oh wow. Next day, didn't do much because I was in so much like pain and stuff. So I had an ice pack. So everyone, you guys should know by now, I'm guessing, because of Instagram or something like that I've been having a lot of pain in my leg and foot and ankle. And like, that will be another like story to come. But yeah, it's just a lot to take in. And so there was a lot, and my experiences were like I told you guys, and like I talked to a lot of staff, especially at nighttime, because I'm like kind of quiet during the day, kind of sort of, and so at nighttime it's just a lot to take in throughout the day. And so I talked to like staff, nurses, doctors, whoever is available. I did get dizzy once, and I had to sit down. There are a few times I didn't really eat much because I wasn't hungry and my stomach was hurting. But even that, I think it was just nervous and scared, and you never know what's gonna happen. But at least I was in good hands. Yeah. And whatnot and things like that. And plus, there was some other stuff happened, and oh my gosh, the whirlwind. So, okay, so then when I left, a few days after I came home from the hospital and just take it all in, slept, because I will have nightmares when I was at the hospital and stuff like that, so I would have to take meds for it, and just different kind of meds, and just pills and whatever. And then I decide to, so we end up going to a family fair or a grocery store, one or the other. And so I can go get gluten-free foods because gluten-free probably helps. And so we got some of the gluten-free foods from the grocery store. And then all of a sudden, the next day or whatever after that or something. I was eating breakfast. I had 2 waffles, like the chocolate chip waffles, and I had butter and syrup on them. And then all of a sudden, afterwards, I went to go try to throw my plate away in the trash. And never did, never made it that far. And all of a sudden, the next thing, I was laying on the floor. I hit my head and I was laying on the floor in the kitchen. And so my mom had to call the 911 emergency ambulance, had to come, and so they took me down to the hospital. And some people thought it was vertigo. It's like some kind of dizzy spell, but then at the hospital and stuff, I had a seat collar on, like, around my neck. And so to make sure I don't have anything broken or sprained or anything like that in my brain, or just different things like that. And so they wanted me to lay low for a little while. And my plan was not to do that and to go to the hospital, because I've been to the hospital so much already. And everything is like, oh my gosh, why? And it's just so confusing too. And plus, yeah, it's just confusing and whatnot. Some of it was confusing. And I was shaking so badly because, one, I didn't have a coat on. I don't remember if I had my sweatshirt on it. Oh yeah, I had at least my sweatshirt on. But I had it like this, how my t-shirt is. Like, my sweatshirt is long sleeve, so I just pull the sleeves up, like, about here. And because they had to do, like, the IVs and stuff in me, and the blood pressure, and just different things on me. And it was cold, and plus my anxiety level was up. And I could tell when my anxiety is going up or not. And sometimes I can tell. So there are 2 different, situations there. But, again, I had 2 appointments yesterday, and I'll tell you guys more about that later on. And so that's what happened to me. Actually, I'll tell you guys now, because why not? So I had 2 appointments yesterday. Okay, so before I start that story, and then I rested for a little bit, and then we finally, me and someone else in my family sat down, and we did schedules and stuff like that. But when I was at the hospital, I started a schedule, so we made a schedule up, so when I came home, I would, follow that, and just, things like that. And so I did that. Well, I had to, come home that day because they think I was ready to be home. And so that's that. And then, okay, so yesterday I had 2 appointments, and one was a social worker, and we just sat down and we talked about different things. And then I won't share a lot because I don't know what share, what not share, things like that. Just a heads up, I have a social worker to talk to now about what's going on, what the situations are, just a lot on my mind, and just, things like that. That was at 12. And then we had time. We're like, oh, maybe we should go to the dollar store or like Summers or Russ's or for lunch, and we don't have time for that. And so we thought dollar store was in that, like, by the urgent care. Again, I'm not gonna say a city name. And then I went to we went to Wendy's for lunch, and then on our way to the doctor's appointment, we had to stop, in between we had to stop at the gas station, so for some reason, I'm not gonna say, for some reason, and then we were on our way to the doctor's appointment, another doctor's appointment, at 2 o'clock, so that I called and I told them, oh, I'm here, blah, 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 this time, and this person, or this doctor. And so I did that. And then, yeah, it's just so confusing, so much. And then we talked, my doctor and I talked and talked. And then someone came back, and then we talked and talked and talked. And then, so what we figured out is we are probably going to do more x-rays. My doctor wants me to do x-rays of my knee, leg area, just to make sure we're not missing anything or something like that. So that's that. And then, I got my blood drawn to make sure to keep my levels, on that line. Yeah, it's just like a little confusing, and between the 2 hospitals, between 2 appointments yesterday, I think I'm good. For a while, at least. So that's that. And now I gotta take a vitamin every day. And plus, yeah. It's just whatever. It's just like a lot of confusing. And some of it I can't say because, 1, I don't want to get in trouble, and 2, you never know if my thing will shut down if I say certain stuff. So that's that. What I can say is I can go over on Instagram and go live and say it over there, but not on YouTube. So if you guys have any more questions, or if you guys are confused, let me know over on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you can find me between those two platforms for right now. Or either on YouTube if they have comments. I don't know why. But yeah, that's that. If you guys like these videos, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Like again, you can go over to my platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and you can ask me questions over there, and I can try to answer them over there, or I can do like a mini Q&A over on YouTube and let you guys know, something like that. So hopefully you guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys all next time. Bye.